At Budibase, we want to help you turn your data into action. And we do that by allowing you to connect your data to Budibase, wherever that may be. So whether that's a REST API, a SQL database, or even just a spreadsheet, we got you covered. If you don't have a data source to connect to, Budibase comes with some internal tables out of the box. Our internal tables are built on CouchDB, and they support relationships. I'm going to go ahead and create a new table. I'm going to call this tasks. And at this point, I could upload a CSV file or a JSON file to populate that table with data. And Budibase would recognize the column names and column types and allow you to create your data from there. But I'm just going to create a blank table. And the first thing I need to do is add a column. So I'm going to add a name column, and text is the correct type for this column. Budibase offers lots of different types of columns there. All the usual data types, and also things like attachments, QR codes, user columns. But like I say, text is perfect for this column. The next one I'm going to add is a completed column, and that will be a Boolean. And finally, I'm going to add a column called assigned to, and this will be a user column. This time I'm going to check the default to current user. And what that should do is every time a row is created here, it should pre-populate this column with the currently logged in user. Okay, let's give that a go. I can create a record here. Record the video. The video is completed, and I'm going to leave that blank and hit save. And that is populated with my email address. Okay. Now I'm just going to show you how to create a relationship to another table. So I'm going to create a second table. Okay, so I've created a project table. Very simple, again, just a name and a status with to do, in progress, and complete. And I'm just once again going to populate a row in here. So I will call this Budibase University. And I'll put that to in progress and click save. Okay. So I want to create a relationship between these two tables. So I want my project to have tasks. So I'm going to go to the tasks table, add a new column again, and I will call this column project. And it is of type relationship. And this is the cardinality of the relationship. So many rows in tasks to one row in project. So that means a project has many tasks. And this will determine what the column is called in the projects table. So the project will have a column called tasks. So I'll click save there. And now I should be able to find my Budibase University project, and I can indeed. And if I go back into my projects table, you can see that has populated the tasks column in there as well. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is create a view. Okay, and what a view is in Budibase is a filtered set of records, basically. So I'm just going to add a second task in here. So edit the video. I'm going to say that is not completed. And once again, I'll assign that to Budibase University. So I'm going to create a new view. This view is going to be called incomplete tasks. I'm going to add a filter to this view, and of course I will set the filter to where completed equals. Okay, so you can see that is filtered down the table there. Another thing we can do with views is choose which columns we want to display. So I can hide that project column, for example. Just completely turn that off. I can make it read-only, or I can choose which columns I want to pull in from the project itself. So I'll pull in the name and status there. You can see that is done a join to the project table. And another thing we can do in here is set the security level of the view. Now this is actually very important because views are really what allow you to secure your data to your tables on the back end. Okay, so Budibase does come with really two user roles out of the box, and we'll show you how to manage user roles in a later video. But these app admin and app user roles are what come out of the box. You can create your own custom rules. So for example, if I set this view to app users, that means any user that has the app user role should be able to see incomplete tasks, but only app admins should be able to see the whole table. Okay. So once again, that will secure your data on the back end. So even if people make API calls to views that they should not have access to, or tables they shouldn't have access to, then that will restrict them at the back end level. So that's all about securing your data. You'll see these rules reflected all the way through the platform, whether you're making REST requests, there are automations as well, which we'll get to, and of course in your app itself in the design section. So that's all for now. Thank you very much.